Hey guys, happy Saturday. So, I was going to do a totally different video today. Today was going to be my August favorite things I found this month. And it was going to be a really cool, fun video. And I was kind of trying to work out what things I want to talk about and looking up information to make sure I give you guys all the info if you have questions about products that I use. And then Amberlynn dropped a video. Not that I think she's going to watch this, but if you do, Amberlynn, please listen to everything I say. And please understand this doesn't come from a place of anger, hate, dislike, or anything like that. When I first started my journey at 458 pounds, I'm 5'2.5", 5'3" if I like to claim half an inch that I don't actually have, which means I'm about the same height as Amberlynn. So when I started my journey, one of the first messages I got was, I would subscribe to you, but you're going to fail like Amberlynn Reed, and I didn't know who that was. So I searched on YouTube, and I got a lot of React channel stuff. Like, I really didn't find her videos right away. I found React channels, which is fine. It's whatever. So I started watching some of them. Excuse me. And the one I watched initially the most was Kicking Geese. And one of the things I liked about her is she's had weight issues herself. She spoke from a place of hearing what was said and adjusting it. And like talking about, hey, listen, this is what she needs to do, blah, blah, blah. I wish she would do ABC. That's what worked for me. What if she tried this, that, and the other thing? Okay, so really upset right now. Really upset. I'm angry at Amberlynn Reed. And I'm angry because she acts like she's giving up YouTube because people are hateful. Here's the thing. She makes enough money every month that she doesn't have to read those bad comments. She could hire a virtual assistant that would go in and delete those comments for her, so she doesn't have to see those. You don't have to keep those hateful comments on your YouTube channel. Like, if people being outright hateful, saying stuff like "you should die," "you're gonna die this way," or "this you're disgusting," or "you're a pig," those comments can be deleted. And if someone has a problem with it, they can get over it. I mean, I haven't had those comments yet. I'm sure I will someday. And if they're too much for me to handle, I will pay someone else if I'm getting paid, which I don't. But if I was getting paid, I would be paying somebody else to delete them for me. As a matter of fact, I have 2 children who have offered to go onto my YouTube and delete negative comments if I start getting them. You know, my kids, obviously they're grown adults, but I call them kids still because they're mine. When I hear her say, well, people are so hateful, that's YouTube. And she's on Twitter. Come on, it's Twitter. I don't go on Twitter because Twitter is a cesspool. That is where the keyboard warriors hide behind anonymity and bash anyone they can just for the fun of it. You know, you want to pull off Twitter? I get that. Like, get off Twitter. Like, go. Don't be on Snapchat because then you get private messages that have rude comments. You know, have somebody you pay when you make, apparently, from what I've heard from some people, like 10 grand a month. You could afford to pay somebody $1,000 a month to go through your YouTube channels and delete the hateful comments. And when you talk about people taking your videos and how they shouldn't be doing that, if someone ever decides to react to me and thinks I'm a bad person or whatever, they can do it. It's covered by federal law. So for you to accuse people or be hateful towards people and say, well, they're taking your videos and misusing them or whatever, they're not. It's covered under the law that as long as they're doing commentary, they can talk about you. And did a lot of people make money off of you? Absolutely, but you made a lot of money off of you too. It is what it is. Okay, so that's the first part. That's the part that, where I'm angry. I am angry that she accused people who, most of the people I watch, only want her to do something good for herself, only want her to succeed. And have they made comments here and there that maybe weren't appropriate? Yes. But when people get very frustrated because they watch someone they've grown to care about self-implode constantly, every once in a while, the knee-jerk human reaction is to kick back a little with a comment here or there or to get a frustrated comment out. It happens to everybody. Everybody's human. But 90% of people I watch, actually everybody I watch, they make commentary about the fact that they want her to do better. They want her to succeed. They don't want her to die. And I've heard them literally say that comment. I don't want her to die. It's ridiculous to accuse these people, because some of them she's blocked on like Twitter and stuff, to accuse these people of being hateful towards you just because they disagree with you, just because they think you need to do more, just because they're tired of watching you give up on yourself. See, here's the thing. There's this thing with people who care about you and care about your future where they will push back hard. And they will do that pushback because you're not doing it yourself. Like, you need to do the pushback for yourself. And I think the things that I have heard from other people that I have spoken to who are subscribers to Amberlynn, I am not a subscriber for her. I don't actually watch her videos directly. And the reason I chose not to do that was because I felt like she's making all of this money. She has had so many people reach out to her. Obese to Beast offered to help her. Other people from YouTube have offered to help her who have amazing transformation stories. And within a couple of messages, no, I don't think you're right. Here's the thing. First of all, the one thing I learned about weight loss in my 102 pounds that I've lost since January of this year is that it isn't easy. Okay? It is very easy to be lazy. It is very easy to not want to do the work. It is very easy to go, you know what? I'll do it tomorrow. It's very easy to go to the grocery store and see that this is $2 and this is $6. This is healthy and this isn't. And choose this one. But when you're making that much a month, buy the $6, $7 item. Like, you have the money to succeed. You have the ability to succeed. You are making a choice to think that trained people, whether it be doctors, personal trainers, nutritionists, all these people have no idea what they're talking about because you know better because a subscriber messaged you and told you that wasn't good enough, or you Googled something. Here's the thing. Like I've said from the very beginning, one thing you absolutely need is a counselor. Considering she's supposed to be going to counseling for a couple months, I do not understand her current mental health status. No, I'm not saying her counselor's not good. I would never say that. But I have an idea based on the fact that in the last couple months, she's only talked about going to her counselor like twice to get medication. She is not getting weekly one-on-one talking visits. She's getting once a month talking to the psychiatrist about what's going on in her life. She is not getting in-depth, deal with your baggage counseling. There was a time in my life where I went to counseling twice a week for an hour each time. And the doctor even considered making it 3, but I just couldn't work it out in my schedule. And I told him, listen, I want to do it, but I can't do it, so choose what we got. And we made it work. So I don't understand with as much stuff as she needs to deal with. And the fact that she's been talking about this stuff on YouTube and how it hurts her. I get it. It hurts when someone makes a nasty comment about you. It does. It should, because you need to have the self-love enough to know that that hurts. At the same token, you need to have the self-love enough to know that that person doesn't know you, doesn't matter, and move on. Like, I've had a couple of negative comments when I used to be able to live stream until they changed it to you have to have 1,000 subscribers to live stream. I've had some crazy comments. You guys will probably never see them because I deleted them. I've had some really disgusting comments. And at first I was like, oh, wow, that person took 5 seconds out of their day to give me a view and say something disgusting. Cool. Delete, block, that's what I did. I didn't take it personally. Did I like seeing it? No, I didn't like seeing it. But I am aware there are horrible, hateful people in this world. And I think what needs to happen for Amberlynn, and I'm sure if she's watching this, which I'm sure she won't, she will disagree with me, but She needs to do the diet the doctor gave her. The weight loss doctor said she could have some jerky if she didn't want one of the other options. He didn't say to eat a whole bag. You're supposed to have a portion size. So the bag says eat 3 pieces is a portion. That's what you have. You don't sit and eat the whole bag. That's not a portion. Like one of those bags has like 10 portions in it. That is not what you do. And if you need help, you need to find an accountability partner. Someone you can talk to, like, I don't understand this. It's okay to not know what to do. It's okay to have the doctor tell you stuff and be overwhelmed. You need to find someone who's also on a weight loss journey that you can text message. You go, I want to eat. What else can I do? Amberlynn, right now, I am going to volunteer. If you actually want to do this, go on Instagram, message me. You want somebody that you can text at 11 o'clock at night, because FYI, I work at night, so I'm home working, and I'm up. Message me. And if I can't get you right away, I'm probably teaching a class, because obviously I'm a teacher. And I will message you back, and I will help you as much as I can. I am going to school to be a health coach. I should have my certification really soon. I have lots of tips and tricks that can help you. I am a very supportive person. I am sure there's one girl right now who's going to comment below, because I've been working with her. I've been helping her. I've been talking to her. And she's getting results because we're working together and we're supporting each other. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you have somebody else who's in your shoes who wants to lose weight, you can do it. I was 100 pounds when I started, less than what you were when I started learning about you. I guess a little bit less. You were 460. You were 560. I was 458. I have lost 102 pounds since January. And honestly, not a whole lot of working out. I was doing a chair exercise. And I would be more than happy to video chat with you and do this chair exercise so that it can help you too. I'd be more than happy to find a way to send you a video to help you do a workout when I'm not available or when you just want to try one. I will figure something out to help you. I live down in Alabama. I'm not that far away. I'll come visit you. We'll talk. We'll get to know each other. I am probably a pretty trustworthy person. I've got secrets that I've known since like kindergarten. Nobody's ever going to find out. And the thing of it is, what makes me mad is that she's just giving up. She is, 28, 29? And the last thing I want to see is someone give their life away. This is the problem as I see it. And if you're watching this, Amberlynn, maybe I'm wrong. When she started, she probably really did want to lose weight. And she probably intended to lose weight. And then she found there was more money in mukbangs. There was more money in in struggling than there was in losing weight. And here's the thing, is I think when the money got big, the fear set in. If I do lose weight, I'm going to lose followers, or I'm going to end up, losing my YouTube following. I'm going to lose this. I'm going to lose that. I'm not going to be making the money that I'm making, blah, blah, blah. As someone who was in foster care, I guarantee you the fear of not having money or not being able to have food in the house or not being able to know that she has some sort of security is paralyzing. I was not in foster care, but I have the same issue to some extent. I know what it's like to not be sure of where you're going to be tomorrow. I know what it's like to not be sure that you're safe. I know what it's like to not know if you can trust people. I very openly told somebody recently, I don't trust people. What I have learned from people in my life is that you can't trust them. For the most part. I have a couple of people I trust, a couple of very close friends. I have lots of acquaintances. Lots of people will tell you they're my friend. We know each other. We're acquaintances, but they don't know me. And there are some who sort of know me, but they're still not in that close circle. I am very careful who I keep close to me. I am very careful about who stays in my circle. And it is not hard to leave my circle, because if I feel like someone is being hateful or someone is talking about me behind my back, even things like when someone comes up to you and says, oh, well, Susan said this about you yesterday at lunch. Why was Susan okay with saying that to you? That's the first question I always ask. I am very self-protecting. I have been abused by a spouse. I have had relationship issues because of my rape and because of my upbringing. My parents weren't around. My dad lived in Florida. My mom lived in Illinois. I really had no relationship with them other than a visit here and there. So although I wasn't in foster care per se, I was living with my grandparents. I asked them to adopt me. They said they wouldn't because they would never take away my dad's right to be my dad. I don't know why the two had to be exclusionary. I don't know why they couldn't have legally adopted me, make me feel safe, and still let me call him dad. Like, I don't understand what that problem was. But that's okay. Those are the decisions they made. I am over 18. It is what it is. Reality of the matter is this, okay? It is very easy to let other people get in your head. It is very hard for people around you who fear not being in your life to stand up to someone when they are trying to change. And I say this because when people change, sometimes people who are in the process of change are very mean, especially when it comes to weight loss. And my husband can tell you I've had days where I am very snappy, and it has nothing to do with me restricting my diet. It's nothing to do with me not, being, feeling full after eating healthy food. None of that is the case. The whole process of change can create stress because you're so concerned about not succeeding, or you're so concerned you're doing something wrong, and there's all these things that go on in your head, which is why you need a counselor you talk to at least once a week, that you can vent for an hour and just complain and do whatever you're going to do and deal with things. Or a really close friend. If you are someone who absolutely has no medical insurance, no money, no way to get a counselor, you need to talk to a really good friend. You have to be careful what friend that is. Because keep in mind, there are some people in your life who you can tell your secrets to who are going to tell other people. So you need to make sure whoever you're talking to ain't that person. And if they come talking to you about other people all the time, it ain't that person. Because if she's going to come talking to you about other people, she's talking about you to other people too. At least that's my experience. I feel my heart aches in some way for Amberlynn because I know what she's going through when she talks about her body's in pain. I get that. That was me in January. In January, that's where I barely left the house for 4 months because it hurt just to go grocery shopping. So my solution was, oh, look, I can do Walmart pickup groceries. And that's what we did. I would order them. They'd be ready when my husband got off work. He'd grab them and come home. I had no reason to leave the house. And I didn't. And I was very depressed. And it was very hard for me to do. I know what it's like to not want to work out one day. I know what it's like to get frustrated with the way things are. But I also know that, first of all, the people in your life should be supporting you and not supporting you not succeeding. So I don't know if in that house there's been discussions about Amberlynn, we need to talk about this. We'll help you. This is what we need to do. But here's the thing. If you live in a house with other people and they know you can't eat certain things, out of respect, they shouldn't be bringing it in the house. If they want to go out and have something that they shouldn't have in the house, that's one thing, but it shouldn't be in the house. Period. I mean, my groceries consist of everything I bring in the house, and that's it. It's just the way it needs to be. And because if people know you're on a diet and they're cooking stuff like, I can't even think of anything because I just don't eat junk food anymore. But let's say they're making like mac and cheese and they have potato chips and pizza and chicken wings. I don't know. Chicken wings aren't really that bad for you depending on if they're breaded or not. But let's say that's all sitting out and around. There's tons of it. They cooked way more than they need. They've got leftovers. And because before, when you really weren't trying to lose weight, you would eat the leftovers. They're like, oh, here, take the leftovers. And you're on a diet, so you're just like, no, and you're like, okay, I can have a couple, which then turns into the whole bowl of chicken wings and the whole rest of the pizza. And the other thing that I think is important is, even if it's finding some place locally that has a pool you can swim in, like an indoor pool, because I know you're in Kentucky and it gets colder than it does down here in southern Alabama. But go swim a couple laps every day. Even if you just start out with like 2 laps. See if they have water aerobics. Those are fun. Go do water aerobics. Like, there is a million things you could do that will take stress off of your body, but increase your activity level. Sorry, I keep hitting my table. Still a fat girl. Got another 150 pounds to go. But anyhow, the reality of the matter is, at the end of the day, I don't think Amberlynn should leave YouTube. Yes, I've done my criticisms of where I think she hasn't told the truth. And there's been a lot of times she's been proven to have not told the truth. But I think when she does not tell the truth, I think it is out of fear of letting somebody down other than herself. I think she's kind of accepted letting herself down because it's kind of her thing. Sorry, I'm really wheezy today. And I think that she has gotten very complacent with the fact that she doesn't think she can do it. And I think she lets too many people who aren't educated, who are fine with her being fat, would rather her stay there, tell her information. You have to think about what somebody's intentions are when they talk to you, especially when it comes to something like losing weight. I have an ex-husband who I would try to work out and I wouldn't be able to lose weight. Granted, I didn't know what's wrong with me, but I would say to him, I just can't get this done. He's like, what's okay? You look fine. You're beautiful. Whatever. No, he just wanted me to stay fat. He didn't want me to push my doctors further to figure out what's wrong with me. He didn't want me to do any of that stuff because the second I did, he didn't know if I was going to leave him. He didn't know if I was going to change. Like, the people around you are scared of your change. And you have to work together as a group to succeed. And they may not even realize that's what's going on. That's what you have to understand is they don't realize they're scared of this situation. So when they say, it's okay, you don't have to do it, it's okay, they're probably right. They're actually trying to be well-meaning and being supportive, but it's out of this fear of not knowing who you will be if you lose the weight at this point. They've never known you thinner. You've never known you thinner. And you have to change your paradigm. And it's the same issue that, I deal with. I am constantly checking myself. Like, I don't want to change the person I've always been. And I know people who've lost weight and become complete jerks. Like, oh, look at me, I'm skinny now. I had someone tell me, oh, you're the only fat person at this event every year. Just because she went and got surgery done. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some people that surgery is needed, and that's fine. It's not the path I'm taking. That being said, I think if Amberlynn was smart, what she would do is hire somebody who can go in and delete the hate comments. And if people don't understand why she's deleting hate comments and they say, oh, she shouldn't be doing that, screw them. Because I'll tell you what, if I get hate comments, they're disappearing. Period, nutshell. I bust my butt. I've busted my butt to lose 102 pounds in 7 months. And I am going to continue to lose weight. It's not going to change. And someone puts up hate comments, that talks to who they are, not who you are. Now, people who make comments out of frustration, oh, you're just gonna quit again. You haven't proven them wrong yet. So take those kind of comments and turn it into a challenge. This person said, well, you're never going to succeed because you always quit. Put their name on a wall somewhere and be like, hey, guess what? Look at me today. I'm working out. Look at me. I'm doing this. Look at this dinner. Look at this dinner. It looks good. Challenge. Make them your challenge. Don't internalize what they're externalizing. They're frustrated because you have this cycle. You have to break the cycle. The only way you're going to break that cycle is by going to a counselor and finding someone that'll support you, which is not Becky, which is not your 2 other roommates. You need to find an outside person who is not part of your circle that you can talk to when you need help. Someone who's either on a weight loss journey or has been on a weight loss journey. Now, I can tell you've already burned some bridges, so don't turn to a beast, although he probably would still try to help you. Don't turn to him because it's not fair to him. Because you did him dirty a little bit. I'm just going to be honest here. I get it. You are afraid of change. I get it. I'm afraid of change. And every day, I watch my calories, I do my stuff, I work out, I do it all, even though I am petrified of change. Ask anybody who knows me, change is not my thing. Nope, change is not something I enjoy at all. But I have learned that what I have to do is step out of my comfort zone to be able to save my own life. And that is what needs to happen with Amberlynn. And again, if you watch this, Amberlynn, which I doubt you will, but message me on Instagram. I will give you my personal phone number. We can talk on the phone. You can text me. Let's chat. Keep in mind, as I'm sure my commenter below, who's actually waiting for me to do this video because I was just like, I can't believe this. I'm going to say something. I am sure that she's going to tell you that I am not, I talk real. I am not going to put sugar on stuff. I say things like it is. And I try to do it in a kind way. I don't think I'm rude. Becky, am I rude? I don't think I'm rude about things, but I am very straightforward. I have a cousin who doesn't watch my YouTube videos who can tell you that, like, for the last couple of years, I have been on him like white on rice, man, about this girl he was head over heels in love with. Took him a couple of years to come around, but he's finally figured it out. He's finally moving in the right direction. And I am super proud of him. But literally, like, he was like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, I did. Every single thing I told her was going to happen happened. So ask me again if I don't know what I'm talking about. Right. Just saying. I am more than happy to step up and be someone you can text or call whenever you need to talk to somebody or whenever you're not sure of something, or if you need to get somebody's honest opinion on something you want to do. You know, it's kind of like with AA. It's the same thing when you're trying to lose weight. When you're trying to make a decision, sometimes you need somebody who's in the same boat to talk to bounce it off of, to just kind of like listen to you vet and understand where you're coming from. Because you know what? I know Amberlynn puts a lot of stuff out there, but she always tries to be happy. She never talks about the bad crap. And when she does, it's about people being mean to her, whatever. No, you need to talk about the bad days like I do. Y'all, if y'all have been watching for a length of time, you know I talk about the days where my life is sucking. And I am honest about it. And because here's the thing, you're not helping any of your subscribers that need to lose weight by not telling them the down and dirty truth about what sucks about your weight. You're not doing them any help when you're not saying, you know what? The reason I'm in bed all day today is because I can't walk very far. My back hurts. Be honest. Don't let people make suppositions of what you're doing. Tell them. Tell them. Okay, I'm going to cut this off now because I'm already at 30 minutes. And if y'all made it this far, I love you. But yeah, dear Amberlynn, call me. Let's chat. You probably won't, but that's okay. But I'd be more than happy to be in your corner and help you out and talk to you. But I'll tell you right now, if you message me, you're not going to be allowed to give up. It's not an option. You're not going to be allowed to quit. Again, not an option. Because you need to save your own life. Because if you don't, you said you're in pain. You're the only one who could stop it. Period. Nutshell. You're the only one. So, anyone else out there who is, trying to lose weight and struggling, message me on Instagram. I'll help you as much as I can. It's not easy. It's not for the faint of heart. It is very hard when you realize some people in your circle don't really support you losing weight because they kind of like you fat. It's kind of hard when you realize that, the people like you fat because of what you can do for them, not what they should be doing for you. And there's times you had to cut people out of your life for that. And it sucks, but it is what it is. I have a couple of those friends that are no longer in my circle. Not even an external circle. They're just, I don't know where they are, but they're not in my friend list at all. So, anyhow, like I said, y'all can message me on Instagram if you want. If you want to ask me specific questions, ask for advice, ask for recipes, message me. I may not answer right away because I've got a crazy schedule right now that I'm trying to keep up. So it might take me a day or two, but I will message you back. And if you send me something hateful, you're going to get blocked. And if you post something hateful below, it's going to get deleted. Because hateful people are just sad and angry people. They don't have a place on my page. Move along. See you guys later. Bye.